I told you guys that, you know, if we ever decided to do anything with the social injustices of our country that are going on, we would do it as a team, and I told you I would talk to you, and I think some of the mistakes that I've seen being made are people do things without explaining what they're doing. So we're not doing anything earth-shattering, but it is important for the people to understand our motivation and what we're doing. We've had a lot of discussion in this room, 2-3 serious meetings with our team this fall as we saw what was going on around our country. We opened up to each other about the different backgrounds, different experiences. You know, we've got a lot of different things to cover on a team, not only from what country you are, what religion you are, what race you are. And understanding that someone's past experiences usually shape their view of the current events. You know, I look at where I came from and how I felt and how little educated I was on some things. It just made me continue to think. The one thing that we all agreed on is that there are social injustices, every kid on our team. And there's so much divisiveness in our country that our players want to do something, but they didn't want to do anything to maybe offend or anything else. So too many people, we felt that there were too many people talking and not enough people listening. Everybody has their own opinion on things. Everybody talks about things, and not a lot gets done. As a team, we realized that we have a platform that are, you know, to make our world a better place, at least to start conversation locally. I was very impressed with different people I researched, and I think it was Steph Curry talked about starting the grassroots and getting your communities, your young kids to understand maybe some of these social injustices. So we also understood that doing nothing, you know, doesn't help. And so we decided to wear a t-shirt. And we're going to wear a t-shirt, and this is going to kind of, it's going to be parts to this. The first one is we talk and we listen. And it's we talk because we had conversation. But everybody got to listen. They got to listen to Ben about his religion. They got to listen to, you know, some guys about, you know, where they grew up. They got to listen to me, tell my stories of meeting Mike Garland and what it did to my life. So we said, we got to talk about it, but everybody says you got to talk about something. Not many people listen. In my summer camp, I have something that I say, learn to listen, listen to learn. And I felt like there's not a lot of listening going on. So we found that conversation, the art of talking, more importantly listening, was a powerful tool in this room that you're sitting in. Our hope is that our t-shirts might inspire others to have conversations about things. In the same way, we are a stronger team when we talk together, when we work together. We believe our country can be a better place if we do the same. Not everything, you know, can be viewed in absolutes. Some of my favorite topics coming up. There's a spectrum of beliefs that are influenced by our experiences and our backgrounds. Unfortunately, so much of today's dialogue is influenced by Twitter. This is a conversation that can't be had in 140 characters. And I am gotten so smart on Twitter that I realized they just changed it to 280 characters. But
they did?
Yeah, you're like me, Freddie. That flip phone and me, yeah. We're really, we're getting positive here. We're getting 280 times they can say something that's crazy. But this can't be talked about in characters. You know, it's got to be talked about deeper. This is just the first step. We kind of are going to look at some things that we want to do, and you know, maybe there'll be a different shirt. Maybe there's going to be different things. It's not going to be something that we're going to tax our kids with. It's their way of being able to stay humble, but try to make a difference. It's part of the education process, and really that's why we're in school, to educate kids. Together as a team, as Spartans, we can strive to be a part of a positive change. Not trying to capture the moment, we're trying to create a movement. And that is a major statement, you know. This isn't for show, this isn't make anybody feel good, it's not to make anybody feel bad. It's to figure out that we need to capture a moment and get people to converse, to create a movement. Like our mission statement that my AD so strongly believes in, we gather and engage. And when he talks about gathering and engaging, you do that with conversation. And you know, I've found in my career that there's a lot of things we don't converse about if they're a little bit delicate issues. We don't talk about it. It doesn't hurt to talk about it. Important to note that this is not a protest. Not going to be. During the anthem, we plan on doing what we always do, standing with our hand over our heart. Our administration is also looking into ways to honor the men and women that keep us safe and protect our freedom. We're going to try to do more for all people. So in closing, so nobody gets this wrong in your Twitter era, to talk, to listen, to have conversation about issues that affect us all. And we want to be somewhat part of, hopefully, a movement that improves all of us. And I've done a lot of great things at this school, been a part of a lot of great things. Sitting in this room right here, 2 or 3 different occasions and meeting, was almost more powerful to me, listening to kids talk, and you'd be surprised. It's not all one-dimensional. These kids, everybody has a different opinion. And when we started listening to each other and saw different kids have different opinions and different ideas, it was awesome. So I told you I'd tell you, last time I said it, you know, there were people that got upset. You know, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? We're not doing anything. We're going to do something that we do as a team. You know, with our team, we try to get everybody together, and together teams win. We're following a football team. I don't think anybody would disagree. It's more together this year, and we're winning. You know, why not our university? Why not our community? Why not our state? Why not our country? Why not our world? And so I hope you understand the reasoning. I hope that if you have any questions, I'll answer them real quick. And we'll finally get you out of here so you can enjoy
Just
the
to
day.
clarify, the t-shirts will be worn for warm-ups?
Yeah, it'll be worn for warm-ups. And I guess the one part I didn't really say, I kind of said it, but this will not be necessarily a one-time thing or even a 2-time or 3-time. We're looking at how we can progress into you know, the education process. And this is a process. It's not going to change anything overnight. We're not trying to make some bold statement. We're trying to get more people to join in and see that when you converse, when you talk about it, so that we talk, we listen. Sounds a little crazy, but it's kind of really important to our players and to us that we're going to talk about the things we're not going to hide behind. But we're going to listen to what other people have to say, not just what our own opinion is, because we haven't been through all these things, each one of us. You know, Mike Garland didn't live in Iron Mountain, Michigan, and Tom Izzo didn't live in Ypsilanti, Michigan. So it's nice when people tell you what it's like other places and you learn, and then you figure out, and what usually happens is we're all in it for the same reason. So,
Do you know what they'll say?
do I know what?
T-shirts.
Yeah, it's going to say we talk, we listen, and then our logo of our inspirational statement on the back that Miles brought to the table. So it's going to be all about, it's not about me, it's all about us. And yeah, us is everybody that's in that arena. For me, 500,000 living alums, and hopefully it gets bigger.
Just kind of a 2-part question with that. First of all, I'm sure people are going to ask right away if those are going to be sold or if the money will go to charity or how you will approach that.
You know, that's the funny part. We didn't even think about it, because this isn't the last thing this is about is making money. That is the very last thing on the planet that this is for. And maybe that's the beauty of it. And And that's why it was so simple. We talk, we listen, you know. It's self-explanatory if you see it. And so the only reason for it, and it might grow. It might grow to the Izzo, it might grow to the entire arena, you know. We felt like saying nothing was not right, because we all agreed there are social injustices. We thought making certain things too big of a deal, we got a job to do. And our job to do is to win basketball games. And if somehow we can bring the two together, man, we've accomplished a lot.
And the second part of that is, I guess, what was the genesis of those conversations? Did that start from you? Did that start from the guys? Or was it just talking and listening to each other to say, hey, we need to figure this out?
You know, it's funny. It started from a white Youper that's married to a Hispanic woman. And I called the meeting. And I just said, you know what? How many agree that there's social injustices in our country right now? The bisonness that's going on. 15 guys and 4 coaches raised their hand. And I just said, well, we're going to talk about it. And you're going to talk. And it went real slow the first time. You know, partly because not everybody understands what's going on. Everybody hasn't been through it. You know, some guys that have been through it more than others have a greater appreciation for it. And everybody hasn't been through the same issues. But we're teammates. We care about it. So if it's only one guy that went through something that was really bad, you know, we got to care for him. And I think that's where it grew. The second meeting, a little more talking. Then we had some individual meetings where I had a meeting with guys. And David Thomas had a meeting, Mike Garland, Dwayne Stevens, Dave Fife. Everybody met with different guys. So we just kind of grew this over the last month as we saw what was going on. Didn't make it a distraction of what we were doing. We just tried to get a feel on how we could help, because what happens is maybe some kid has really been hit by it, or maybe his parents have, and maybe that's bothering him. And we just wanted to get everything out in the open. And to me, it was like winning a championship. Just talking about it helped. It helped me understand them. You know, it's not even race sometimes. It's not even religion sometimes. Sometimes it's age. You know, a 20-year-old and a 60-year-old. You know, got a lot of things to talk about in that space. But the biggest thing, guys, is you know, I've been a guy that, to me, we're all Americans. And before I die, that's the way I hope it is.
Just to address, you know, anyone who might take issue with this,
Yeah.
or think that something like this should be completely separate from sports, what would be your response to maybe that prevailing thought that some people would have?
I hope my kids are involved in it. They're not in sports. I just think that we do have a platform, you know, and I don't want to make the platform that we're protesting everything and we're doing this or everything. We have a platform. We're involved in education. And I don't think enough people understand and are educated enough. I mean, guilty. You know, I'm the leader. You guys all know where I'm from. You know, not a lot of diversity where I'm from. You know, it's not my fault, but you know, Mike helped me understand what was going on and different races and different creeds. And then I had, you know, I got my guys on my team that have been from different countries. I have guys on my team, you know, different religions. I don't understand them all, but as I talk, I not only find out I get more educated, but it doesn't separate us as much as I thought it would. You know, it kind of brings us all closer together because we have a better understanding of each other. And you know, we're so built, it seems like today, where we want to always say the politically correct thing. And so what happens is nobody says anything. I'm not making any life statement here. I'm going to say this, that there's a lot of different races that have helped me become successful. A lot of different people that have helped me become successful. I think I've helped some of those different people become successful. at the end of the day, isn't that what it's all about? If we can do that as a team, why don't we do that as a school? Why don't we do it as a community? Why don't we keep growing it? And instead of all the things that are going on that, quite frankly, I'm sick of. You know, if that's a harsh statement, that's me personally. Pin that on me, not on any players. But I like what we're doing. I like the direction. I like what they came up with. I appreciate my coaching staff. This was about a 22-man decision, and it wasn't. We didn't spend a zillion hours on it. We just talked about, can we do something that would help our fans appreciate what our team appreciates. I can't have a meeting in here with 2,000, 4,000 Izzo members. I can't have a meeting in here with 15,000 people. I can't have a meeting in here with 500,000 living alums, and then it grows. But if I could be a part of helping that grow, I've done a lot more than winning a national championship. And if I can work on doing both, wow, that'd be special. So I appreciate it. I just want to make sure you understand. I told you I'd tell you. I think some people have done things without explaining them, and I think that leaves it up to the Twitter world to decide what they want to pick and choose. There's no money in this. There's no advertising in this. There's no Tom's a good guy, a bad guy. There's no the players are. It's kind of just doing, does anybody in here disagree that we all should be on the same page? So if you don't, this is simple.